Hello, everyone. Welcome to Kiki and Kibitz. It's me, Mary, back from a little break. And in case you guys haven't realized, I've been off the grid for a couple of days. I've come down with a horrible summer cold. I hate summer colds. They suck monkey balls, especially when it's like 115 degrees in the shade and you're coughing and sneezing and have a low grade fever and sweating and shivering at the same time. Yeah, it fucking sucks. But I would say I'm about 60% better. And I missed all you guys. Seriously, I missed all you guys. And thankfully, it was relatively quiet until like yesterday when shit started hitting the fan. So I'm going to be bringing you a bunch of stuff today, including Leida files for separation from Eric, and Sarper is being sued. And Clayton has something to say about Sarper being sued. And then Shekinah and Sarper responded to Clayton, and they're going back and forth right now. So, yeah, first, I want to thank everybody that's in my live chat. And if I miss you, I apologize. Hi, Olinda. Hi, Rosanna. Hi, Just Joe. Hi, IB Trash Talking. Hi, Natalie. Hi, SI Boomer. Sherry, my trusty moderator, Menopausal Queen. Hi, Kelly C. Hi, Poncho. Hi, Toasty. Hi, Tiffno. Hi, Mesonide. And thank you so much, everybody, for joining me. And the other thing that kind of threw me off track was the mass shooting that happened in Midtown Manhattan on Monday. 345 Park Avenue is a building that my husband has previously worked in, and it triggered me because both my husband and my son currently work in high profile buildings in Midtown Manhattan. And, things start going through your head. You start getting triggered, bringing up scenarios, especially since I lived through 9/11. Basically, I was in Manhattan working when it occurred, and it just kind of triggered me. So I'm back. I'm glad to be here with all you guys. If I'm not, you know, energetic as usual, I apologize. But hey, let's just hop right into this. Hi, Maureen. You're just on time. You are just on time. Oh, Tiff, no, I am so sorry that you had to put your doggy down yesterday. I'm so sorry. And I hope being here makes you feel better. And I hope I could bring a little light to your day because, you guys make me happy. I love this little community that we have. And let's hop right into the drama. Okay, so first, we're going to start off with a message from Andre. I have to mute the music, unfortunately, but apparently this is a whole new TikTok trend, and I've seen a couple of 90-day people doing it, but Tiffany, I'm sorry, not Tiffany. Um, Andres has been the most amusing, but I have to mute the music. So let me share this with you guys. So apparently, this is a TikTok trend. And I'm like, okay. Have you guys seen this before? I mean, I've seen Riley doing it, Andre. I mean, there's a couple of people. So I don't know. You have to admire the form. He has oranges on his head, his laptop on his lap. I mean, a cigar in his mouth. Hey, okay. So there is Andre with his message for us that he is multitasking and he could do whatever he wants. Yeah, that's what I said. I'm like, what the hell? Like, what is this? And apparently it is a new TikTok trend. Okay. First there was that Bugatti trend where people were getting dragged across the floor. And now apparently there's this trend. I don't know. I think I'm too old for these to like wrap my mind around it. But yeah. So anyway, Andre wishes his wife a happy birthday. And I noticed that Libby likes to go, on girls' weekends away from her husband. And in my opinion, I think that's how they make their marriage work. She gets to take time away from him before she strangles him. But that's in my opinion. Yes, the Nicki Minaj trend. That's exactly what it is. It's the Nicki Minaj trend, but I didn't know that there was a Nicki Minaj trend until I started seeing all these 90-day people doing it. So, Elizabeth, she likes to take a lot of girls trip. I think that that's her way of getting away from Andre and taking a breather. And if that works for their marriage, hey, why not? So, Andre, he's quite a character. Okay, lobster hunting. Okay, cool. So, and now we have Jovi and Yara reminiscing about past trips they have taken. Yara living the poodle life. I can't wait to see her luxury dog clothing line that she talked about on Happily Ever After. And Mila, of course. No, they are never moving to Moldova. There is no way they are moving to Moldova. And I will admit if I'm wrong, if they do move. But honestly, do you think that they're going to move away from Daddy Chuck? Nah. Mm-mm. And they're still in Florida. I mean, they're posting all the time. She's posting with her dad. They're doing weekend trips on Daddy's boat. So they're still in Florida. So moving on, we have Alex. Okay. His children are adorable. Lauren, not so much. Annoying AF. Don't know why she's so invested in whether or not Elizabeth moves to Moldova. Honestly, that's Elizabeth's business. But I don't know why Lauren feels like she has to be such an advocate. I bet you Alex needs weekends away from her too. I wouldn't doubt it. So, Guillermo and Cara. I'm going to do my happily ever after recap tomorrow. First, I want to share this adorable video of Nico, okay? And this is the true victim of this relationship falling apart. So, let me just show how adorable this kid is.
Nico, what are doing right?
Muy bien. Una vez más.
Nico, what are doing right?
Muy bien.
Nico, what are doing poo?
No,
Why?
porque es Nicolás Antonio Arroyo.
So there you go. He is adorable, this kid. And the only one that is really suffering from his parents' relationship falling apart is him. And it's really sad, okay? And in my opinion, and this is purely my opinion, you guys, okay? I think Guillermo is a lot more invested in parenthood than Kara is. Kara is more invested, as you see it on Happily Ever After, in her bachata career. She is releasing her single Lento on Happily Ever After. And then after that, after her single release party, she's flying off to Milan and she's going to be working with a producer and this and that and this. Meanwhile, in real time, she's in Barcelona. It seems like she is traveling everywhere, okay, working on her bachata career. But Guillermo, yes, he shouldn't have quit his job that had health insurance. Okay, yes, that was a major mistake there. But he wants to go into the Air Force. He wants to do something that is stable for his family, provide wonderful benefits, but she shoots it down for her bachata career. Is her bachata career going to provide benefits? I mean, is it going to make them millionaires? I don't know. It just seems like to me that Kara checked out of the relationship a long time ago, and she is just using the fact that he quit his job that had health insurance as an excuse, for her just to pursue her career without feeling guilty. Yes. Does her career have a pension? I mean, she's a real estate agent and she's doing bachata on the side. Is she going to have a pension? What does her health benefits look like? I mean, I don't get it. I don't get it. And then, yes. And then she has her spicy page, as you guys know. That's her little hustle. That's all of these chicks' hustles. OnlyFans. It's like, please. Okay? So she's off Barcelona, having a great old time, while Guillermo is being the parent in the picture. But this is my opinion. Okay? So now, the last episode of Happily Ever After that just aired on Sunday was kind of boring. And I realized it was because Darcy wasn't in it. As annoying as Darcy is, she is entertaining as fuck. Okay? She fucking makes me laugh. The shit that she does, the shit that comes out of her mouth. I mean, it fucking cracks me up. And yeah, without her in the episode, it was kind of boring. So, and you know why else it was kind of boring? Because Florian wasn't in the episode. Florian is funny as fuck, okay? If we could have Florian in every episode, I would be happy. I would feel a lot better about Happily Ever After. But unfortunately, we don't always get what we want. So now, moving on, Brandon and Julia made their debut in this past Sunday's Happily Ever After. Bachata is a form of Spanish music. Okay, it um like Guillermo was trying to explain on Happily Ever After. It originated as like an old fashioned, old school type of Spanish genre, but now it's more like poppy, so he's not into the new type of bachata. He's, more into the old fashioned type of bachata. And more importantly, he doesn't like the type of environment that his wife is in, being a performer. And, I was thinking about this, and I'm going to bring this all up in my Happily Ever After recap. So basically, to make a long story short, I think that he has a real problem in seeing his wife dressed all sexy on stage and sexy dancing and all the sex and you know everything, magnetism and lento and all that stuff. I think he's really uncomfortable with that because that's his wife. Okay, but I'm going to get into more in my recap. Julia and Brandon, they made their debut, and they're traveling right now. They're doing their Amasia tour. They visited Hong Kong. They're in Japan right now. All I have to say is in Happily Ever After on Sunday, who the fuck does Betty's hair? But we'll get into that in a moment, when I do my Happily Ever After recap. Now, Gino, okay? Gino has something to say about this past episode. So let's get into the little messiness that Gino's in, okay? So Gino posted, I just wanted to set the record straight. Jasmine mentioned on the show that I knew about Matt picking her up and taking her to the gym, and I agreed to this. This is completely false and not true. I never knew Matt was picking her up and taking her to the gym and would never agree to it. As a matter of fact, I didn't know about Matt at all because this was happening 3 months before couples therapy. This is when she refused to let me drive her to the gym, and she told me she was taking Ubers. In fact, in, when in fact, Matt was coming over and picking her up. I had no idea, and my bad for not walking her out and checking. I didn't find out Matt was actually picking her up until after couples therapy and we separated. And I definitely wasn't happy when I eventually found out about this. So then he was responding to another social media post from the 90-day fiance Alexa page. And then because she said, for 3 months, Gino didn't even care to walk Jasmine to the door to say goodbye and check she was safe in an Uber. And Gino replies, my dearest Alexa, this is because she would most always sneak out of the house without me knowing to grab her ride with Matt. Then me texting her asking where she's at, and she tells me at the gym. Sorry, no excuse for cheating and getting rides from the gym guy down the street behind my back without my knowledge, but nice try. Listen, Gino is living his best life. Okay? He is hanging out with the 90-day bad boys. He is meeting fans. He is doing whatever the fuck he wants without having Jasmine up his ass dragging him down. That is in my opinion. Okay? Now, Jasmine, on the other hand, yeah, Jasmine is, I hate to say this, her baby has a full-time job already. Okay? And she was so depressed the other day. She was able to post about being depressed. Okay. Now you tell me if I'm just being a little too hard on her. She posted, my depression is usually high functioning. I smile, I work, I show up, but not today. Today I disappeared. I isolate when it gets too loud in my head. I don't reply to calls. I ignore texts. I vanish. It's not personal, it's survival. If you do this too, I see you. But she felt good enough to do a post about her depression with her milk soaked shirt. I don't know. So Jasmine is doing what Ammani was doing at one point. Ammani was giving coffee away to her fans and stuff and like Starbucks gift cards and shit. Well, Jasmine is doing the same thing. And guess what? Not only is she a mommy influencer, she is going to be a cooking influencer. And Fiance is going to make her thumbnails. Yeah, okay, guys. Anyway, so I don't know who these fans are that want Adnan and Tiger Silly over Gino. Listen, I don't want Gino and Jasmine on this season anyway because their story, we know what happened. Jasmine got knocked up. I mean, this whole shit is ridiculous. But who are these fans that want to see Tiger Silly and Adnan's fading hairline? Because I'm telling you, my interest in this season is fading faster than his fading hairline. But who the fuck is this fan that would rather see them? I mean, seeing them on Sunday triggered the fuck out of me. I don't know who's a bigger asshole. And I will talk about this in my happily ever after recap. Andre or Adnan? Who do you guys think is the bigger asshole? Adnan or Andre? Okay, because I'm thinking Adnan is taking over number one. Okay, because he's whatever. Yeah, I feel you, as I boomer. You didn't even watch the whole episode. That's why I'm taking one for the team. And I'm watching the episode and I'm going to do recaps for you guys because I know a bunch of you can't even watch the episode. Adnan, I'm Andre. At least Andre is funny. Yes, at least Andre can be funny. Adnan is just a pure asshole. Okay? So now, moving on. What the fuck was happening this past weekend with Chantel and her friend Ashley? So first, Chantel posted this, which later turned out to be a meme, but we'll get into that in a moment. This image, which shows a call log, and it shows someone named Ashley calling 327 times, starting at 3:08 a.m. So Chantel posted this to her stories and to her timeline, and at first, I was confused as fuck because I'm like, okay, if this is real and Ashley's like bugging out, calling her 1,000 times, they've broken up, and I'm assuming Chantel wouldn't be following her. No, Chantel was still following her. I'm like, what is happening? So, her post had a lot of a lot of fans and cast members worried. Okay, Usman commented, that is too much. I'm obviously May from Hunt for Love commented slightly OD. Tyrese said, I need this kind of energy in my life. People were joking. People were telling Chantel, oh my goodness, you need to get rid of her. What is wrong with her? she's obsessive, she's stalking you. No, this is an old meme that has been circulating around the internet apparently for years. One of you guys let me know, and then I went and I did my little Google search and found it. So Chantel and her girlfriend are trolling us. Okay, they're sitting there laughing their asses off at the hairdresser the next day because they trolled the shit out of us. And then, Chantel went on like nothing. She deleted that post. She deleted that story. She was wishing her friend Ruth, the one that went with her to Greece on Single Life, a happy birthday. Like everything was just fine. Well, everything is just fine. She went out with her brother River. Of course, Ashley drove them. As you see here, Ashley is trolling everyone. And she's like, it only took over 421 calls for you to answer, Chantal. So they're fucking trolling us. They're sitting there laughing their asses off. And all I have to say is, Chantal, are you really that desperate for attention that you had to do that? Because you knew it would get a lot of attention. But hey, whatever floats your boat. Now, Pedro, on the other hand, is on the search for a plant. And he wants to know why, if a guy takes care of plants, it automatically makes him gay. And yeah, it doesn't have to, you don't have to be a plant lover to be gay. I don't get it. But he got this new plant called Mother in Law's Tongue, is supposed to clean the air, and he wants a name for it. And of course, everybody wants him to name it Karen. Oh, yeah, I saw that. Yes, I did, menopausal queen. Michael married Winter, but Winter already got married. And like those Facebook clickbait groups, they drive me insane because they make my job a little harder in a way. I spent, a good amount of time letting people know, no, that's not true. Michael doesn't have five wives. No, that's not true. No, Kim is not dying of cancer. That is not true. So those Facebook groups drive me insane. Yes, we are going to get into Michael with Ammani in a minute. I'm going to have to talk about that. So, Rob was live for a little bit. He was visiting, I forgot. Oh, he was visiting Michigan. Yes, he was visiting Michigan. That's how they hooked up with Gino. And I just want to share a little bit of this with you because it just shows, that in my opinion, okay, Rob kind of has a personality off screen, unlike a lot of these other idiots.
Michigan is beautiful. You're just in the wrong. I'm in the city. The city, period.
Robert,
Yeah.
get off live. We're getting ready.
Ooh, Josh told me to get off live, y'all. We're getting ready for what?
We're gonna go shoot a video.
I thought we were gonna eat.
We're gonna go to Moss Spaghetti right now, and then we're gonna shoot a video.
So we're gonna eat first?
Yeah, we're gonna go to Moss Spaghetti, but get dressed for your outfit. Don't make me tell you again. And clean up this damn room.
This room is as clean as it's ever gonna be. All right, y'all. Dad's mad and wants me to get out the phone, so I'll hop on later. Bye.
Okay, so
It was 3 weeks.
let me just pause this because next we have good old Cole. But okay, so now a shirtless picture of Josh just because, and Rob wants to know, okay, and I actually think that this is a good hypothetical question. So both Cole and I are interested in the same girl and have pretty much done the same with her. So his approach is obsessing, and everyone calls him a controlling, creepy puppy. Meanwhile, my approach was to try to be mature about it and not act jealous, which makes me a player whore. Is there no in between? I'm very clearly only talking to one girl at a time, but I'm getting disrespected left and right for being a fuckboy. I don't know what I did to deserve this assessment. Basically, I don't deserve love. And then we have Cole thanking everybody for their support. He recently reached 10K on Instagram. And let me share, he went live yesterday, and I just want to share a little clip of it with you guys.
It was 3 weeks, and I'm 29 years old, right? So, and it's interesting, right? I always tell people to be open-minded.
Yeah, he kept
I
freezing.
can imagine everybody else making comments about it. It's a high standard to be respectful to people and to make my expectations known. And if I do that, I know I won't regret it. And that's basically my code of ethics as I navigated this whole experience, and I still do that. But there are days where I do want to tell people off because it gets a little frustrating. But again, I'm human, and you can't stop people from doing that. So that's where you got to put your big boy pants on and not take things too personally. But again, thank you to all of you guys who I think see me for who I am, taking the time to maybe do a little bit of research and stop by and see what I have to share and who I am as a person, and that I actually care. And that's the stuff that I look for, and that's the stuff that keeps me going. So thank you so much to you guys. Let's see what else we got here. I do have.
So there you go. Okay. I think the whole Rob, Cole, Jennifer situation is ridiculous and tired. Okay. And scripted. Okay. Let's call a spade a spade. It's fucking scripted. And Rob, actually, he posted on Threads. Okay. And it's like, dude, sometimes I'm just like, ugh, where do the wholesome, confident, beautiful, emotionally available, plus agreeable women even hang out at? The agreeable woman thing, I was like, you just want someone to be like your yes chick and agree with you no matter what you say, what you do? Nah, it can't be me. And of course, he got ripped for using the word agreeable. Okay. And he was like, who hurt y'all? Very weird, for real, for real. This is just some of the hate towards being an agreeable partner. But Rob, I don't like the term agreeable. It makes it sound like that you want a partner sticking by your side and just going, uh huh, no matter what you say or do. And nah, you're not going to find one like that. Just saying. So now, Jennifer, who has been in the middle of this love triangle all season on Hunt for Love, um, yeah, she's just doing her thing. By the way, you guys, before I forget, Kelly is sick as fuck too. Okay, this weather, with it being so hot outside, and then keeping your air conditioner so cold, I get a summer cold every summer. I don't know if I gave it to Kelly over the phone, but now Kelly is sick as fuck. So we're probably not going to do our Hunt for Love recap until the weekend. And I'm really going to try to get a guest on for you guys. So stay tuned for that. Usman has something to say. The international singing superstar has something to say. This is just to clear my name for what I see lots of fans are, I think he means, I don't know what he means. Allegating me about? Allegating is not a word. Just for you to know, I have never been caught cheating because I don't do that. And again, to talk about second wife, that is in the past because I want a child and my ex couldn't give me one. And that's why we brought up the topic of a second wife. Now, if I get Courtney, she is young enough for us to have children. My plan in life is to have one young, beautiful lady as a wife, and we will live a happy life. I might be passive aggressive man due to the cultural differences, but I bet no one around me or live with me can will call me disrespectful man or user. I want to make it clear that if you are watching, just enjoy the show. Thank you. Okay. Alleging. Yes, that's what he meant. Sorry, you guys. I'm like brain dead. I warned you. I'm probably not going to have as much energy or brain energy. Alleging. That's what he's trying to say. And he said, yeah. Okay, anyway, Usman, you're full of shit. We all know that your thing with Courtney is made for TV. Okay? And put your fingers in your ears if you don't want a spoiler. Courtney kind of winds up with Colt, but then Colt fucks it up. Courtney took him home to Florida to take care of him. And he was texting chicks from her living room. So thank you so much, Faith, for joining my membership. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, yeah, international superstar here, Usman, just wants everybody to know that if he does get Courtney, it's only going to be one wife, okay? Because she's still young and beautiful and fertile. Yeah, okay. Anyway, so Tim is mourning the loss of Hulk Hogan. And yes, I get it. Hulk Hogan was a big part of my childhood as well. So here is a flashback picture of Tim when he was a little boy with his wrestling cake. And here's May. And next week, Tim is going to actually ask May out on a date. Do you think she's going to say yes, or is she going to brush him off like she did to Colt? So, moving on. Happy birthday wishes go out to Jay. Happy, happy birthday. So now, let's get into some juicy stuff, okay? Sarper, he's being sued. Thank you so much, Faith. Thank you, thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you, girl. So, okay. Sarper is being sued. Now, this was from Reddit. Someone that was at his San Diego show said Sarper got served at San Diego show. I was sitting behind some guy who didn't know who Sarper was. He allegedly told me, and at the end of his show, as we were both where they have to walk by, he shoved Sarper a yellow envelope with a female recording saying, "You got served." Poor guy, he did a great show also. So now, if I don't have the tea, Mary Pants has the tea. So let me share her post on Instagram with you guys. So she got all the tea on exactly what happened. Okay, what is happening? I'm sorry, guys. Give me 1 second. Okay, got it. Okay, so this is Mary Pants' post about Sarper being served at his comedy show in San Diego. Okay, let me just make this full screen so you guys can see it. Okay, so it says comedian Sarper Gibbon is being sued for $35,000 following the abrupt cancellation of his July 19th sold out comedy show in Los Angeles. The lawsuit comes after he cut ties with the event organizer who removed him from the lineup last minute while fans were left thinking he canceled. Sarper later clarified he had no part in the decision, saying he is still learning not to trust people. Shekinah spoke out in support, calling out shady behavior in the comedy scene. Hopefully, the lawsuit will be dropped. Meanwhile, Sarper is gaining momentum in the U.S. stand-up world, performing in cities like Dallas, San Diego, and Washington, D.C., and recently sharing the stage with comedy icons Tiffany Haddish and Margaret Cho. So now, sorry, you guys, give me 1 second. Okay. So this is the video.
All right, you guys have fun tonight? If you have fun tonight, give us 5 stars on Yelp. All right, you guys have fun tonight?
So as you can see there, he was served. These are stories, okay, that Sarper and Shekinah have put up in the past couple of weeks about the show being canceled and to request a refund. And Shekinah voiced her support for Sarper, saying Sarper is the hardest worker and so talented. He was really excited to show you his set on the 19th. Unfortunately, there are some evil, jealous snakes in his town looking to prey on anyone they can. There will be many more opportunities for him to make you laugh in the future. This won't stop my baby from being the star he was born to be. So, now the one thing that I really don't understand about this lawsuit is, from what I understand, this contract that he is being sued for, breaking, apparently was never signed by him or the woman that is suing him. Okay? So how can you sue someone for breaking a contract that allegedly was never signed by either party? That I don't get. So now, today, Clayton, who I have interviewed, and is also a stand-up comedian, had a lot of things to say. And this has set off a shit show of drama. Okay. So unfortunately, I'm sick and I can't light one up. You guys light one up for me. Pour a drink, because we're about to get into some real drama. Okay. So first of all, Clayton posted to his stories. Exactly, Tiffany. Exactly. If the event dropped him, how is he getting sued? If he didn't even sign a contract, how is he getting sued? Okay. So now first, Clayton posted, fans will see any type of valid criticism against someone they like, deflect or label it as envy, yet ignore the merits of the discussion. So he says here, on 90 Day Fiance, Alexis post, having a ghostwriter for all of your material is one of the lowest, laziest, and disrespectful things you can do to this art form as a comedian. Get better by earning it, not paying to have it handed to you. Fans might not care, but they should. Then he goes on to say, think about it. If your favorite movie director paid someone to secretly create the entire script but slapped their name on it, you would still think that director was the best thing to ever happen to cinema. Lying to the public is easy. TV does it all the time. So he goes on to say, most comedians are naturally averse to rejection. Many have a level of ego. We want to go out there and crush it every single time, but that's not realistic. Comedy is about being original, not paying someone to write your story. It's about being vulnerable. It's about getting your ego checked from jokes not working, improving your delivery, festival submissions getting declined, club emails going unanswered, and growing from it. I and nearly all working comedians go out there and tell original jokes. Some suck, some are good. All can be better. With times, the bad ones become fewer and the good ones need fewer rewrites. That's genuine growth. Okay, then he goes on to say, Tiff note, that that is actually a really, really good point. There are authors that have ghostwriters and they slap their names on the book. I mean, it's like it just happens in the industry. But let me continue with what Clayton says. And then Sarper had a response, and then Shekinah had a response, and then Clayton had another response. This turned into a whole shit show. Okay. Which honestly, and I'm going to say this because this is my platform and it's my opinion, and I can say whatever the fuck I want. Even though I do like Clayton as a person, I have no idea why he's so personally invested in this. Okay? I mean, he does his comedy in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Sarper's doing his comedy in LA. Why can't we just support each other? I don't understand why he is so invested, but hey, that's on him. Okay, if he wants to, be invested in this, that's on him. So he goes on to say, fans only see the optics. There's more to it. They just see a flyer and think, wow, they're on the same showcase as famous comedian. The truth is, anyone with a minor following in LA can get on bringer, I think he means bigger shows with big names at famous clubs. The A-list comedians you know about sucked for many years, long before you heard about them. They sometimes buy jokes now because they're busy on tour with the career they built themselves. Oh, so that's okay. The famous ones could buy jokes. Okay. Clubs want to make money. If you can sell tickets, you can be on the show. If you can sell a lot of tickets, you can headline. It doesn't matter who wrote your act or how much you paid for PR. They're a business. So then he says, to recap, a brand new committee, com, a brand new co- comedian paying for someone to create their whole act is scummy. It's pure deception to be the talking head for someone's originality. It's disrespectful to all the fans, even the ones turning a blind eye to it. You may not like what I say, but they're my own words, and I didn't pay for Chat GPT Plus to write them for me. The end. Okay, so that was a mouthful from Clayton. So now, Sarper had a response and Shekinah had a response. Okay. And then Clayton had another response, which I'm going to show you guys. I didn't even get a chance to put it in the video. And then Sarper responded to that. Okay. So, first of all, Sarper's response was, and this just shows a Sarper's personality and how he could be funny. You little jealous. Who the hell are you making comment about me without knowing anything? All my jokes are written by me. I never used a single joke of any person. Don't use my name anymore, anywhere, and go play with your animals. Ay. Okay. So now Shekinah, she was not fucking happy at all. And she took to her stories, which I'm going to show you guys because I did a post. And she was fucking pissed. So let me. Okay. So, Shekinah.
I want to say something to this little shit, Clayton, whoever the fuck he is. I just had someone send me a bunch of stories that he's making, but apparently he's on a 90-Day Fiance show, or one of the shows, and he's saying that my husband did not write his material. Are you kidding me? My husband has written all of his material, and that horrible woman that is trying to sue him is trying to take credit for him. She's trying to find any reason to discredit him, to make him seem like a fraud. She's incredibly jealous, as is Clayton, by the way, because these people are not naturally gifted, and so they have worked really hard and gotten nowhere. And when they see somebody who's naturally gifted, rising to the top super fast, they just can't handle life, and they have to make up some story about why they're successful, and they're not. So that's what's going on here. Clayton, shut the fuck up. You don't know what you're talking about. I want to say something to this
So,
little shit.
Shekinah was fucking pissed. Okay. And honestly, I don't blame her because Clayton is talking about her man. So, Shekinah, let me just show actually Clayton. Let me get to his stories first. So much drama, you guys, I swear. Okay, so Clayton decided to post to his stories. Can you guys see this? It is actually let me pause it. It is part of Sarper's contract, and it says that basically the woman is going to write his jokes for him. Okay? For a period of she's going to be his head writer for a period of 6 months. Okay. So I wanted you guys to see this. If you want to see it better, go to Clayton's stories on Instagram. But yeah, so then Sarper responds. I want to show you Sarper's latest response. And then I want to tell you guys my thoughts about this whole thing. Okay, so Sarper. Oh, actually, Sarper deleted his response. Oh, interesting. Okay, well, that is basically all the going back and forth. Okay. I mean, we got Sarper's reaction. We got Shekinah calling Clayton a little shit. Clayton showing a part of the contract. But my whole thing is, from what I understand, neither party signed the contract. Maybe that was the reason why Sarper didn't want to sign the contract, because this woman was assigning herself as his head writer, and he didn't want that. So, for whatever reason, this contract was never signed. Like I mentioned, I did do a interview with Clayton. I do think he is a nice guy. I don't understand why he's so invested. Okay. And honestly, there's other former 90-day cast members that are making fun of Sarper, making fun of his career. And I don't understand what's all the hate. The only thing I could really think of is jealousy. But Clayton says, that's just putting a spin on things. But I'm going to keep saying this. I don't understand why he's so invested. Okay, so yeah, that was a shit show that just happened a couple of hours ago. Now, let me give you an update on this See You Next Tuesday. Okay, this fucking bitch. All I want to know is, when is she going to get arrested for the murder of her baby? Okay. And I hope I don't get into trouble with YouTube for saying this. But we all know that she hurt that baby. I have to say, in my opinion, before I get into trouble, in my opinion, she hurt that baby. And when the fuck is the autopsy going to be done and the investigation's going to be done? Okay. Because, first of all, this bitch not only tried to jump her bond from her January arrest for animal cruelty and DV against Eric, but supposedly she left the country for 4 days to bring her son over to Indonesia. Then she checked herself conveniently into a hospital, but now it seems like she's okay. She's all over YouTube, you guys. She's in live chats acting like nothing happened. She likes, profile pictures. She wants to get one made for herself. This is on Maria's channel, Drop the Mic. I mean, when I saw this, I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Leida is acting like nothing. Okay, she's acting like it's just another normal day. Her baby didn't die. Her son is not in Indonesia. It is just another normal day. Let me hop on YouTube and joke around in comments. What? What? Are you fucking kidding me? What? So, Leida filed for official separation from Eric. Honestly, I don't give a fuck. Okay, like I said, I want the results of the investigation and for her to be arrested for what she did to her baby. But I'm going to report to you guys, okay, what Leida wants. This is, courtesy of Starcasm. They got the actual separation documents. I was able to look up some of the details. Leida did file for official separation from Eric on Monday. And then, as you can see on this page, the judge already denied 2 motions. She wanted to put a motion to seal or redact a court record, and that was denied. And then she had another motion. She wanted to remove the address from online record, and that was denied. Okay, so like I said, this is details from Starcasm, and basically in the separation papers. And this is why I'm like, I can't even deal with this bitch. Okay. I mean, her baby just died, and this is what she's concerned about. So let's get right into it. Below are some of the highlights from Leida's proposed marital settlement, including spousal support from Eric and the division of their assets and debt. Leida is asking for $7,000 a month in spousal support maintenance to begin in September of 2025. Eric permanently gives up the right to receive maintenance and understand that by giving up maintenance at this time may never ask for maintenance. Leida will receive all of the household items listed in the filing, including furnitures, tables, lamp, dining tables, chair, washing machine and dryer, electronics, TV, etc. You mean everything that she didn't sell on Facebook Marketplace? Leida keeps the 2018 Audi A6. Everett keeps the 2011 Chevy Suburban and 2022 Corvette. Leida will be the sole owner for All People LLC. Leida will receive a Roth IRA. The filing does not provide any information about the IRA. I assume it's Leida's currently. Leida takes ownership of a Wells Fargo business checking account. Eric takes ownership of a Wells Fargo personal banking account. Leida will receive the couple's house in Arkdale. The couple's debts and liabilities include $110,000 left on their mortgage, $47,000 in car loans, plus $54,500 in other loans. The credit card debts listed in the filing total $33,600. Leida proposes an even split of all debts except for a $6,500 loan listed as other. From what I understand, Leida is citing the restraining order in the separation agreement that she filed with the court as the main reason why she wants a separation from Eric. This is the same bitch who wrote a letter to the judge asking the judge to pull the restraining order. So, yeah, Leida, you're not fooling me. I really couldn't give a shit about any of this. Okay. Hopefully, the next news I will be bringing to you guys is that she's been arrested. Okay. Because, in my opinion, she did something to that poor, sweet, innocent baby. And that's why she died at 5 weeks old. And, in case you guys haven't checked out my video, it's actually pinned to the top of my YouTube. Her demeanor in the days before her baby died, she said her baby was gone to heaven on July 6th, when actually the baby did not die until July 9th. Okay, so her demeanor, the messages, the voice messages, all that shit. She's a see you next Tuesday, and I cannot wait for the next news for me to bring you that she has been fucking arrested. So now moving on. Annie Brenda, whatever her name is, went to Disneyland with her kids and Ray. Yeah, this was all over the interwebs while I was sick. I was like, what the hell was going on? And you know what else was all over the interwebs? And I would like to thank my follower that sent this to me. Um, Ammani on TikTok, basically saying that she's alone right now. So it's like, huh? What the fuck happened there? So let me share this with you guys. Once again, thank you to the follower that sent this to me. I greatly, greatly appreciate you. So here is Ammani on TikTok talking about how she's single.
Kind of on a break. There's a lot going on. I'm on my own, so yeah. What happened? A lot happened. I'm on my own. On my own. I'm not with both of them, so not like I'm a break, whatever the fuck it is. Like I'm on my own. We're kind of on a break. There's a lot going on.
Okay.
I'm on my own.
So she's saying that she's on a break from them. Okay. And it's like, okay, what the fuck is happening? But you know what fucking cracks me up? Check this out. So she's on a break, but then her and Matt are on vacation together in Panama. And somebody asked her, why are people saying that Matt and Annie are getting married and that the girls aren't close anymore? Is the throuple still together? Hope all three are good. And she replies, more to come on that. Okay, are they just trolling us? I have a feeling that they're just trolling us and this is all like crap. So now Matt did a question and answer session, and somebody, asked him, "What are the ladies feuding about?" And he says, "Mostly the pressure, I believe. They both deserve the world and are trying to take what's theirs. I wish nothing but it for them." Then someone asked, "Why were you not at Disney with Annie and Ray?" And he says, "Shit stuck between feuding ladies. He does not regret going on the show." And then someone asked him, "Are Ammani and Michael together?" And he replies, "Angela, where you at?" Okay, so now, new friends, Ammani and Michael, were hanging out. Okay, and they were doing dancing things in the hotel room and just basically having a good day together. And so someone else asked Matt, "How has your mental health been since the show? Are you holding up okay?" And he said, "I've always been regarded for my patience, but have cracked under the pressure recently. For all the good intentions, I lost sight of the goal. I'll learn, grow, and back at it. To the people in my life, thank you for everything." So someone else asked him, "Are you able to tell both your girls when they are wrong, when they end up having issues?" And he says, makes in your right mind makes your brain one of them going to ear they are too much less too." Okay. So now someone else says, "How are you, Ammani, and you able to separate your personal lives from reality TV?" We have been very open to the public about what we are going through. In a way, you see us on our platforms every day. So now Brenda started posting these confusing stories. Okay, it's like, well, what the fuck? So now she says, "Wow, that's why you didn't answer the question yesterday. But you can say on your live that you love another woman, and I respect that. He's just a friend. The disrespect is real." So did Ammani have a fit that Brenda went to Disney with Ray? And now is Ammani in love with another woman? Or is this just all foundation for a future storyline on a future season? Which I really hope not. I fucking hope not. Okay? So then she says, "You knew I wanted to come here with you. I told you, and you preferred to leave, and yet I never said anything to you." Okay, so now people are asking her if she's still in the throuple, and she says yes. Okay, but it sounds like she may be out of the loop. But then this is what really confused the fuck out of me. She was in Amani's house babysitting her kids. Okay, she was babysitting with her daughter, her kids, Amani's kids. While I don't know where the hell Ammani and Matt were. Okay, it seems like Ammani is going off to Panama and to here and there every 5 seconds. I'm losing track of her travels. Matt, I don't know where the fuck he is. So they have Brenda as the babysitter. Okay, and like Brenda says, love wins. Okie dokie. So now you guys know you guys know that Angela has something to say. Okay, so first of all, I bleach morning. Second of all, I want to say that Angela is a racist bitch, but we all knew this. Okay, let me rephrase this. In my opinion, Angela is a racist bitch. Okay, so in this real TikTok, whatever the fuck you want to call it. If you're wondering why she's talking that way, she is trying to mock Michael. Okay? And the shorty that she is referring to is Michael's TikTok moderator. So I guess she has a hard on for her now. And she does mention Ammani very briefly at the end. Okay? So let me share this piece of shit and what the fuck she had to say. So if you're wondering why she's talking like a fucking idiot, it's because she's attempting to mock Michael. Okay? So let's fucking get into this. This dumb bitch.
Good morning, world.
Oh wait, so
I danced so hard. My feet hurt.
I forgot I had another harmonic flip.
You dance too. Tell them how you took off your shirt and
You see? Like 1 minute he's like, "Oh, I don't know what's happening," and the next minute, look at them. They're like fucking in Panama, having a jolly old good time.
dance.
Yeah, some boys were getting rubby up against my wife, so I was like,
Were they?
kinda.
The little boys.
Yeah, they're trying to grab you.
They were like 18 and they really were trying. How old were they?
They were young. You know, they definitely first beer.
Yeah, the club was wild in here. Like, it's crazy. Crazy, crazy. I made so many friends. It's great. Love it here. Moving to Panama.
Okay, here comes Angela. Good morning.
Mess with my gifts, and you mess with shorty. You mess with me. Chad, if you mess with shorty, you mess with me. Now, bitches, if you mess with Queen, you mess with USA. I don't play. You know what you said? Boom! Shades been thrown. Ammani. Ugh, I'm about to anyway, God bless.
Yeah. So she's a fucking racist bitch. Okay. And Michael, we all know, does not talk like that. And she's a piece of shit. And actually, in this feud, I am rooting for Ammani. I hope Ammani fucking takes her and shreds her from sea to shining sea. Okay, so you guys know that I am not a fan of Ammani. I was calling her Ammini, okay, up until a few videos ago when this whole war started. But right now, I am team Michael, okay, always team Michael. And Ammani is helping Michael, okay? Behind the scenes, Amani's going to help him get some tech jobs in Houston. She's going to help him with his social media. Ammani is actually going to help the dude. Okay? Unlike Angela, who basically tried to use him as a slave. Let's fucking call a spade a spade. Okay? She just wanted him as a slave to take care of her grandbabies, and that's basically it. So she's just pissed off that Michael is getting to thrive without being under her thumb. Okay, her plan blew up in her face, in my opinion, when Michael said fuck this and he ran for his life. And she is really fucking pissed off, okay, that Michael is thriving now without her. And Michael actually has people helping him that want to help him, that ain't gonna hold it over his head like she does. And I want to say, as an American, I do not fucking claim her. She needs to stop talking about if you fuck with me, you're fucking with the USA. No, we do not claim you, Angela. Okay? Please go away. So now, moving on, we have Aaliyah. Someone asked her, how are things with you and your husband? And she said, these past few months have been challenging. Lately, we find ourselves giving each other more space, not by plan, but simply because that's where things have led us. It feels like a quiet pause, maybe even necessary to breathe and to reflect. Sometimes life creates that distance for a reason. Right now, we're spending time apart. We've decided to spend some time on our own, and at this moment, that feels like the healthiest choice for both of us. So it looks like their marriage is already fucking falling apart. Who's surprised by that? Not me. Jessica and Juan. Okay, they are doing a cruise. No surprise. Juan is now a travel agent whose specialty is booking cruises. No surprise. And she does not think that her friend was too hard on Juan on TV. No surprise. So now moving on, we have Stevie and Maddie enjoying their married life the way they should be. We have Greg and Joan going out to lunch with two other former 90 Day cast members. What the hell are their names again? Julio and that other chick. What's her name again? Yeah. So Joan and Greg going out with former 90 Day cast members that I could barely remember their names. Um, Alina has been approved for her visa and she is officially in the United States. So Alina and Steven are making their home base in Utah, but they visited New York, which is really cool. Cute 90 Day kids. We have David and Annie's adorable baby, Robert and Annie's daughter who turned 6, and we have, give me 1 second, you guys. Oh, and we have Juan and Jessica's, well, actually, Jessica's middle son, Juan's stepson. So adorable 90 Day kids. Russ, okay? Russ has an important message. Be married to a Latina. Okay, so check this out. This is actually really funny. This is a message from Russ.
You know how you can really tell when you're in trouble with your Colombian wife? She stops speaking English. See, the argument starts in English. And she's calm for Latina. She's asking a lot of questions, explaining herself. Then suddenly she switches to Spanish. And now you know it's over. She'll say, Estoy harta. ¿Me entiendes? And suddenly I'm sweating. Now I understand some Spanish, but in that moment, she could be quoting Gabriel Garcia Marquez or threatening to light my socks on fire. I cannot tell. So I just nod and say, "Sí, mi amor," as if my life depended on it, because it does.
Okay. And Ross, you should just agree because your life does depend on it. So now Rose is doing the same Nicki Minaj trend that Andre was trying to do. And I saw the comments here. Andre was technically cheating because he was doing it on the toilet. Apparently, you're supposed to stand on some type of an object, a can, I guess. So here's Rose attempting to do the trend. And all I have to say is that this nasty bitch needs to stay the fuck away from my Labubu. Okay? Apparently, according to her, she is selling this Labubu at a ridiculous price to some dude because she farted in the plastic case. And once the guy opens up the plastic case that the Labubu's in, he's going to get all of her aroma. All I have to say is that this bitch needs to stay the fuck away from my Labubu and from my niece's Labubu. And all I have to say is, Letitia from Love After Lockup, I love you, girl, but you need to stop texting me. I will call you when I'm done doing my live. So, anyway, moving on. John is wearing some funky hat that kind of looks like something Gino would wear. And they went to go check on the baby. So, now Shannon, darling, from 90 Day UK. Hi, darling. It's good to see you. Now, did I mention Ara and Andy? I think it's a totally fake couple from 90 Day UK. I've done recaps up until episode 4. I know there's an episode 5. I fell asleep halfway through it, but I'm going to watch it and do a recap. And Andy is really, really butthurt. I'm going to say it. You guys know I'm not going to sugarcoat it. He is really butthurt by the comments, and he puts the comments up in his stories, which, hey, it's his right. But imagine my shock over the weekend when I was sick as a dog and I checked my notifications and saw that I was tagged in a reel that Andy posted on Instagram. Okay. So he must have, been watching my 90 Day UK recap. And he says, congratulations on 12K subscribers on YouTube at Kiki and Kibitz. If you haven't checked them out, go have a watch. They don't hold back on the 90 Day commentary. So he put up the little clip where I was saying that, in my opinion, these two are a fake couple. They met on a dating app. He said, "Hey, would you like to go on a reality show with me? We will definitely get cast. If I write them, they will definitely cast us. Both of us will make money. It's a win-win situation." So I guess Andy didn't like that much, and he decided, to post it. So I'm like, okay. So now, Tata is back in Indonesia. I am pretty sure that her marriage to James is fucking over. Okay? But we shall see, because I have a feeling we're going to see them on a future season, maybe Last Resort, perhaps. So now, moving on, we have Veronica hanging out with Chloe and Anna hanging out with the girls at the beach. It's good to see Anna doing girl time. Vanya is still dating, okay, trying to find her man, and David. Okay, as you guys may or may not know, I am the daughter of a deaf mute, okay? My mom, rest her soul, she was a deaf mute and she was also a schizophrenic. So I do have compassion for David, but him posting things like this, does TLC, I think TLC is not hiring me a job for a TV show because I'm deaf. Dude, you were already on one season. Honestly, the reason I believe, in my opinion, why you and Sheila are not back yet is one, her visa has not been approved. Okay? I personally try to ask David because he's, posting to his stories and posting to his timeline. Please help me. I need I need money. I need money to, buy a plane ticket for Sheila to come over. So I DM'd him and I asked him to please show me proof that Sheila's visa was approved. And he sent me that her medical was approved, not the actual visa itself. And trying to communicate with him through DMs is kind of hard. And honestly, you guys know I don't sugarcoat things. He already has a GoFundMe that put together about 21,000, I want to say. So now he's talking about, because they waited 5 long years, he may not be, into this long-term relationship anymore. He may lose the long-term relationship. I'm not quite sure what's going on. I really don't want to bash a deaf guy, okay? But for whatever reason, you know, they're not returning the TV yet until Sheila gets here. Okay. That is just the fact of the matter. Once Sheila arrives, then guaranteed they will be on another season of 90 Day Fiance. Has nothing to do with him being deaf. So now, moving on, these pictures of Natalie on these rides crack me the fuck up. Okay. And we have Manuel, we have James and James. Oh, I just fucking went brain dead on their names. Sorry, guys. We have Sean and Joanne. And to me, this picture looks AI generated. The Brooklyn Bridge doesn't really look like that, but anyway. And we have Liz handling a bunch of plates. So, his medical means a medical exam. Yes, yes. But he hasn't shown me, like when I asked him for the actual proof that the visa was approved, David, just showed me the medical. And then I asked him, do you have the letter where, her visa is approved? And I don't know if there was a miscommunication. Like I said, I don't want to bash a deaf guy, okay? But he never sent me the proof that I asked. So I don't know if it's just the medical that was approved and they're waiting on the actual visa now. But he's getting really, really frustrated. But we shall see how things turn out. So apparently Tom, Dorsey's ex from back in the day, is trying out for Dancing with the Stars. And I would actually want to see him on Dancing with the Stars. I would find that highly amusing. Now, before I let you guys go, okay, we got to look at Brittany from her best view, back and front. Like, girl, okay? And maybe Angela does have something to worry about because I thought that she had a wife, Brittany, the last time I checked. Well, apparently she's single, happy, and free, looking like that in the back and the front. So, yeah, maybe she does have something to worry about. So, if you guys aren't members yet, please consider joining my membership. I have a lot of hot tea on my membership, and including John's response to Rachel's songs, all 10 of them. Okay. Terry, to make a long story short, okay, basically, the attorneys are going back and forth with motions. Michael's attorney filed a motion and based with 167 questions. Angela and her attorney responded to that. Now, Angela's attorney filed another motion. The reason why it is taking so long and dragging to the courts, in my opinion, Angela started off this whole thing with her celebrity attorney, attorney Lou, who's appeared on the show with her. And halfway through these proceedings, Lou booted her, okay? Because as we've seen in the court papers, Lou had to reprimand her about returning Michael's passport and to stop showing Michael's passport on TikTok. So I actually have a whole update video about it. I'll drop the link in the comments. So yeah, basically that's the long story short. Guys, please consider joining my membership, okay? Rachel's truth, John's response. Basically, Rachel's anger is for things that are happening after she asked for the divorce. Okay? Check out my video when you have a chance. So, like I said, Kelly is sick as a fucking dog. So we probably won't get to our Hunt for Love recap until the weekend. Check out our last recap if you haven't already. We had Lexi on as a special guest, and she spills a lot of tea. It was really cool. And thank you, everybody, for 12,000 subscribers. I love you all. I greatly, greatly appreciate it. And thank you to my other follower who sent me this, because this is totally, totally me. Okay? My toxic trait is telling people I'm down for anything, when in reality, I mean, not after 8 p.m. Food should be involved. It also depends on the weather, the parking situation, and how tired I am. So, thank you so much, everybody, for watching me. Please subscribe if you don't already. Double check that you are subscribed. Thank you, everybody, in my live chat. I greatly, greatly appreciate it. Like, share with a friend or 10. Please consider joining my membership and check out my merchandise. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a good night.